Hello, Winterfest students. Today I'd like to talk to you for just a minute about one of the aspects of the discipline of worship. I'm a musician and I'm a worship leader, and my house is a musical house, and I grew up in a musical house. And so I'm raising these three kids who love music, like a lot of you love music. And because they're my kids, you know, even though they're young, they tend to like my music. And so it's not unusual to hear my 8-year-old daughter, just like last week, I heard her singing The Clash from the bathroom, and it always cracks me up. And usually her brothers tell her to shut up. But occasionally she'll get stuck on something, like she has just lately. Here lately, she's gotten stuck on Matt Redman's 10,000 Reasons. And I'm telling you, when I walk through my house and I hear that beautiful little voice out of my precocious 8-year-old daughter singing, "Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul." It doesn't matter what else is going on in the house. All I do is tune in to listen to her sing. Because at that moment, that's the only voice that exists in the universe. You know what I mean? When there's somebody you love, and especially a child's voice singing, there's just nothing like that. Well, there's a story in John chapter 4 where Jesus is talking to a woman at a well, and she doesn't really know how to interact with him, so she does what a lot of church people does. She turns it into a discussion or probably even an argument on worship. And Jesus says something real important in that encounter in verse 23. He says, you know, that we need to, that true worshipers worship the Father in spirit and in truth. And that's usually where we stop the sentence and quit listening. But Jesus says something real important after that. He says, those worshipers that worship in spirit and truth, he says, these are the kinds of worshipers the Father seeks. The Father seeks. And that tells me when I sing, when I stop what I'm doing and turn my heart to God and sing, that just like I do with my little girl when she starts singing, God does exponentially greater, turns his attention to that heart and to that voice, and he listens. And he basks in the glow of the love and the glory coming from that voice, because that's what a good father does. You know, that's one thing I've come to know, that when I'm lonely, when I'm afraid, worried, when I'm distracted, sometimes if I can just make myself shut all that off, even if I don't feel it completely at first in my heart, but I just kind of start to sing or hum right where I am, a song that draws me to God, I know that the Father seeks me at that time. You feel afraid, you feel insecure, you feel out of place, out of touch, like you don't belong. Stop what you're doing, take that moment, sing under your breath, hum a little bit, wherever you may be, whether you're with your friends or sitting at your lunch table, where people will think you're nuts when you do it, but just a little bit. Turn your heart to God and sing. You know, it's odd that God calls us to sing, but something happens in our bodies when we sing. It connects with a whole different side of our brain. Everything changes when we sing. That's why a lot of times we're convicted spiritually during the music time, during the worship time at a thing like Winterfest. Because something else changes, something happens. But take that moment, open up your heart to God and just sing a little. You know what? If you don't feel close to God before that, you will, because you're the kind of worshiper the Father seeks.